How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? This is my blog for today. You know, I always talk about things that are relevant, and I always talk about the things that make a difference in your life. And I don't waste your time with fraudulent stories or meaningless trivia. One of the great issues of our time is the whole business of racism. And you know why it's such a big issue? Because everybody who's a liberal crusader and needs an excuse to pick on conservatives because they're losing the next election, and they know it's a hopeless case for them because the economy is in the tank, and President Obama doesn't know what he's doing, because obviously after telling you for months and months how the economy is getting better and better, the word comes out now, a year and a half later, that this whole time the economy made no progress and now it's getting worse. A year and a half later it's getting worse after we were told for a year and a half how it's getting better and better every day. So how did it wind up getting nowhere and getting worse? So we lost during this time another 2.5 million jobs, and no jobs look like it's coming on very soon. And his own administration, all the bosses like Bernanke, this genius Bernanke, says, well, I don't see any difference in the economy coming soon, and the whole thing is basically down the drain. So they need an issue. They can't think of anything, so they decided that the Republicans are racist. They figured a racist issue will always work, because white people feel guilty enough, and black people, they could convince themselves they're still being attacked and abused. So even though there's no sign of racism any place in America anymore, and if there is, it's such a trivial matter that it can't really stop the progress of any black person. And who are the black people complaining about racism all the time? Bill Cosby with $17 billion. Oprah Winfrey with $140 billion. These two people who don't even work for a living, who get up in the afternoon and sit on a chair, who don't even have to go anyplace, just could sit in the house and collect checks, are telling you how the people who are struggling to make a living for $500 a week, who have to suffer and sweat the whole day just to earn a living, these are the people who are the racists. They are suffering. These billionaires are suffering from a racist society. And now they decided that they could use this con job on all the white people of America. Convince them that they're all racists. If they don't vote for a black person, if they don't vote for Barack Obama, now if they don't vote in the congressional elections for all the Democrats, it'll only be because they're racists. And they prove it by saying the Tea Party has shown nothing but signs of racism. They can't find the sign. The signs don't exist. But they say they know it was there. How come you can't find it? We don't have to find it. We know it's there. Wait, did you see it? I don't have to see it. Could you prove it? I don't have to prove it. All I know is that it's there, and it's a vicious kind of racism that is it's overwhelming the whole organization. And they're about to become bigger racists every day, and we have to watch out for them, because these elderly people who are walking around with signs that they don't have the strength to pick up are about to start a racist campaign that will wipe out all the black people in America. And to protect ourselves from them, take a look what just happened. This Yenta from the Agricultural Department, did you hear what she did? She was addressing what do you call the organization? What do you call that organization? The NAACP, excuse me, I got it mixed up with the ASPCA, and I hope you don't think that I would see any comparison between the two, but I couldn't remember the title. But let's be honest about it. The title is not important, it's what happened that's important. So if I get mixed up with a mistake, it's not the issue. The issue is what happened. Now listen very carefully. Forget the jokes. There's nothing funny about this. What really happened is one of the most disgusting things you ever saw. If it happened in reverse, there would be a revolution in this country. Every building in America would be burning. This lady from the Agricultural Department was addressing I keep forgetting the name. The NAACP. She's addressing the NAACP. This is going to turn out to be a comedy routine when I'm trying to deliver a serious message here. She's addressing the NAACP, and she said she was helping the black farmers. She says, but the next farmer that came in was a white farmer. So she says, I didn't knock myself out to help him out. Why should I help out a white farmer? Let him knock himself out. It's not my business. And she works for the government, and that's her job. But she said her job is important when there's black people there, but when there's whites, she has more important things to do, because she can't stand white people, is what she's telling you. Now, if this happened in reverse, do you know what revolution there would be in this country, and the headlines this would make in every paper, in every organization, in every form of communication, on every network? The country would be on fire with fury. But it happened about a black person. Forget about it. It means nothing. You won't even find it in the paper. It's not even mentioned, because reverse racism doesn't count. It only counts to use racism as an excuse to persecute white people. What happened in the South 50 years ago against blacks, they're trying to reverse it by making a whole new campaign of reverse racism against whites now, because that's the only way they could win an election or get ahead in this country. This is disgusting, this is infuriating, this is hypocritical, this is low, and they have no conscience at all, and that's why they're trying to get away with it. There's no shame in some people. This is the most disgusting chapter in the history of white and black relationships.